Previously, on Taverns and Caverns, Path A, the Scarlet Soiree had proven far more dangerous than any of us had anticipated. In the grand ballroom of Ashenbrook Manor, we began our investigation, quietly, watching, listening, and searching for any signs that the rumors of vampires among the guests were true. Desiree and Alaric separated from the rest of us to accompany Cassian Fairway on a private tour of the manor, hoping to uncover something hidden from the rest of the evening's festivities. Meanwhile, back in the ballroom, tensions began to rise. Isundra could no longer keep the truth contained and finally revealed our true purpose to Thaddeus. To our surprise, his carefree demeanor vanished in an instant. The weight of the situation set in quickly, and Thaddeus acted without hesitation. Calling upon his magic, he cast a spell to detect evil, and what he discovered was deeply troubling. All around us in the ballroom, hidden behind polite smiles and elegant masks, lurked several undead, vampires, mingling freely among the guests. But such magic rarely goes unnoticed. The moment Thaddeus reached out with his spell, something stronger, darker, sensed it. Powerful fiends within the manor became aware that someone among the guests was probing for the truth. With our party separated across the estate and danger lurking behind every curtain, we suddenly realized just how vulnerable we truly were. We had walked willingly into the lion's den, and now the lions were beginning to notice. Episode 47, The Crimson Toast, Path A. Alright, welcome back to another exciting episode of Taverns and Caverns, everyone. This is your Dungeon Master Haphazard DM. And last time, on TNC Path A, the party had infiltrated the ballroom, or the Scarlet Soiree, and during their investigation of trying to find evidence of any vampires, the party split up with Alaric and Desiree walking away with one of the hosts, known as Cassian Fairway, and walking with Cassian, Alaric and Desiree were able to learn a bit more about some of the history that came with the manor of Ashenbrook. But also during that little segue, Alaric and Desiree were invited by Cassian to a little private event known as the Crimson Toast that only very few are selected to attend during the monthly event. And while the two of them were with Cassian, Thaddeus, Yaito, and Isundra stayed behind in the main ballroom, where Thaddeus spoke with the other host, known as Callista, and she found that his armor and his demeanor was interesting, so she offered him an invitation to the Crimson Toast. But once Alaric and Desiree returned, there were two women that went away with them on that little history tour that never returned. So Desiree seemed to be a bit perturbed by that. So with some investigation checks, she saw some odd happenings taking place in one of the hallways not too far from the ballroom. So Desiree wanted to inspect that, but before she could, the host had mentioned that they would be holding the Crimson Toast much earlier in the evening than anticipated. Don't forget that Thaddeus had cast a spell, Detect Good and Evil. And by casting that spell, he was able to basically see specific individuals in the ballroom that were one of many types of creatures, whether it was a celestial or a demon, a fiend, or even undead. But because he casted that spell, it gave off some triggers to a couple of the individuals in the ballroom, which basically lit him up like a beacon. Not only is Thaddeus aware of those around him, those are also aware of him specifically. And Isundra, Alaric, and Thaddeus are now heading to the Crimson Toast with a couple of the other NPCs that were chosen, just random stragglers of the ballroom that were chosen to attend the Crimson Toast, and they are now leaving with Cassian and Callista. All right, so that's all that happened last time. So I'm going to allow the players to decide who we start with first. Do we start with Desiree and Yaito, or do we start with Thaddeus, Isundra, and Alari? What do you guys think? Up to you guys. And also for our listeners, I gave our party a bit of a disclaimer prior to starting the recording today. And then Kendall called me a villain. So what do you all think? Who should we start with? Because you guys are splitting up, it looks like.
I think we start with Damien.
I agree.
Okay. All right.
I don't
Bri,
know
how do you feel about that?
I just want to know what inspired the vote. Want me to go first?
Because you have the items in your bag.
They're trying to speed up the process for you to return to the group, pretty much. That's what I'm thinking.
Good point.
Yeah. While you're AFK, Bri, you do have the bag of holding that has everyone's equipment as far as weapons go. Yeah. Unfortunately, Thaddeus doesn't have his shield in that bag because he left it at his room at the inn.
Yeah, because somebody or some people decided not to tell him what was really going on.
So
we'll deal with that when we deal with that.
All right. Dealt with.
So as we remember, Bri, we had walked into that hallway while the others were being taken away. And if you do remember, when you stepped into the hallway, you noticed that many of the servants around the ballroom were beginning to shut the doors around or that were connected to the ballroom, which was a bit odd for you. You noticed all the servants doing it simultaneously as if they all knew it's time to shut the doors for whatever reason. But where you are, obviously, the servant is no longer there. Are you going to shut that door and hide behind it in the hallway with Yaito, or are you going to leave it open?
No, we'll shut it.
All right.
I'll be able to get back up.
Yep, so as you shut the door, there are two directions you can potentially go. Left and right, you're in this long hallway with long red carpeting. And to your right is where you spotted some of the shenanigans. I don't remember if I had you do an investigation check last time. Did you do an investigation check last time? If not, go ahead and roll me.
Yeah, I can't remember, so we're just going to do another one.
Yeah, let's do another one.
That's trash.
Damn.
Have Yaito roll one, please.
You look at Yaito, help me. All right, he got a 14. So as you inspect the hallway, Yaito's looking around, and as you inspect the carpeting, it does look a bit uneven, a bit off, as if something was, whether an object or something, was being dragged along the carpet to where it made it, because it's more of a, not really a carpet, but more of a rug that's rolled down the entire hallway. But that rug is off-centered, wrinkled a bit, and you can see that someone or something was dragged across the hallway to your right, going down the long corridor. And Yaito notices that the rug is a bit uneven, and he looks over at you, Desiree. Desiree, right there. Does that not seem odd to you? In a very pristine manner like this, the wrinkles here should be, or it seems off. Perhaps they went this way.
Yeah, that's a fine assumption.
But do we want to do this? Are you sure about this? If we split up from everyone else?
We're already split up from everyone else. Let's just hurry up and figure out what they did with those ladies so we can get back. I got the bag.
All right, well, going forward, I suggest you pull out your main weapons from the bag, just in case we run into whatever. I know you have your dagger in your hair, but is that enough for you for now?
I'm going to equip my dazzling leather armor.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm not trying to... It's going to up my AC to a 19. Yeah, because I'm just not trying to do that in the fight. But, and then I'm going to go that way where the rug is. Let's go this way. It's our best lead.
So as you follow the pathway down the corridor, you eventually come across two doors. One on your left and one on your right. And then a dead end in front of you, which just basically leads to a painting on the wall and a small side table. But as you look at the two doors, one on your left, one on your right, they both look identical. But the right door, and I'll include the investigation that you guys both had, the right door seems to be cracked slightly. Do you choose to go through either one of these doors?
I want to peek through the crack if possible without actually opening it.
Make me a stealth. All right, a 16 stealth. As Desiree peeks into the room, what you end up finding is this is a small room that looks like a supply room. There isn't anyone in it. What do you do? There's a couple of shelves across the walls, a bookshelf, some tables. It's more of a supply room that holds a bunch of supplies.
I want to go in the other room. This is an urgent mission. Although I do want to search that room, but it's not the time to be in there making noise and shit, you know.
So you go to the left door. It's completely shut, so you have to actually open it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stealth this as well.
All right.
I can do this quietly. That's
24. You take the handle of the door and you try to slowly creep the door open so you can take a peek into the room. And what you find is this room looks more like a typical bathroom.
Okay. It has a shower?
It has a shower and everything. It's a nice bathroom. When I say typical, I mean typical for a manor such as this.
Like a shower curtain? Like I'd have to see if someone's in the tub, or can I see?
You can see. Shower curtain's open.
Okay. I just want to make a perception check. I want to see if I can hear, like, can I hear anything? Can I smell anything that is going to give me any inkling as to if there are people in one of these rooms, if they're tied up or something? That's not even very good. But I'm just going to go in there and look around, just clear my bases real quick now that I know I have a good idea that these rooms don't have people in them. Okay. I can go around and take a better look.
Are you starting with the bathroom or the supply room?
Yeah, I'll just start in the bathroom real quick.
Bathroom with 11 perception. Nothing really seems to be odd or
okay. He looks at himself. She looks at herself in the mirror. Gotta make sure my wig is straight and everything. Straightens her dress. Nothing here. And then leaves, and then before Yato can even enter, kind of pushes him out. Nothing in here.
Damn.
Right.
Okay.
Hold on, let me run over this room real quick. And I go in that other room that was already open.
Yaito will step into the supply room with you. It's a bit of a bigger room than the bathroom was, so you both can fit comfortably in here. But as you're looking around, make me maybe an investigation, actually. That's going to be more of a... Ooh, that's a good one. 18. So Yaito's looking around to see if anything odd sticks out. But as you're investigating the room, you're looking at the nooks and crannies. You have been accustomed to secret passageways and oddities in dungeons and whatnot through your experiences. So you're looking for the typical clues of there potentially being another room or something hidden in this room. As you're looking around the cabinets, the shelvings, and whatnot, you do spot some scuff marks up along one of the floor side or one of the bottom edges of one of the bookshelves. You can see some scuffs along the corner piece of the bottom half of the bookshelf, as well as some markings on the carpet beneath, or not the carpet, but the wooden floor beneath it, as if that bookshelf has been moved several times.
Does it look heavy, the bookshelf?
It doesn't look too heavy. You think you'd be able to move it. And if you
just
couldn't,
move it.
You know you could with Yaito if you...
Yeah, I'm going to try to do it myself. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to move it.
All right, make me a athletics check to just grab onto it, just try and push it to the side.
Trash.
Damn!
I'm dragging that shit on the floor all loud.
Yaito looks at you. Desiree, shh. Let me help you.
Man, this shit heavier than it looks.
Let me help you. One moment.
This shit oak.
Okay. Oh, we got this. He takes hold of the other side of it, and he helps you move it to the side. You've made some sounds, but you don't know if anyone heard you.
Fuck it at this point. Ugh, there's something under here. I could tell.
As you both are able to move the bookshelf to the side, it does make some sound, but after you do that, Yaito quickly grabs onto it to try and help, which reduces that sound drastically after seconds. But when you move the bookshelf, there is an opening in the wall that is pitch dark. And Yaito looks, turns, and peeks behind the bookshelf into the darkness. Oh my goodness. What do you know? Surprise, surprise. Hidden passageway.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty on brand for this creepy ass place. I can't see shit though. You got dark vision?
I do not have dark vision, but I could cast magic to give us light.
Yeah, do that. I ain't going in there.
Tetris, I ain't going in there. Yaito holds his hand out. Very well. I will cast a spell that will follow us. But whatever light it gives us, it will give someone, if they are down there, the opportunity to spot us.
Yeah, I know. And she starts pulling her weapons out of the bag and just sticking them in where they belong on her outfit.
All right. He holds his hand out and he's casting a dancing light, which is a cantrip. You see what looks like little, not fire, but light birds of energy begin to fly around. There are 3 birds that give off energy of light. So he has it circle around the 2 of you, and it gives off light within, I believe, 20 feet around you. And when you see into this dark hallway or room, it leads to some not wooden, but stone stairs that spiral downwards beneath you.
Damn. Should we go? Or should we?
This is very dangerous. We do not know what we are getting into, but I feel like the others also might be in danger too. This is a very difficult decision, but we have separated, and I do not know how we will find the others at this point.
We might find them this way, but if we go back and try to take a big group back this way, it's going to be really obvious. This might be our only chance to see what's down here, or who's down here.
Whatever decision we make.
If we're outnumbered, we hightail it.
Yes, I agree. How about
But we got to have the same story, though. We can't look like punks, you know? We could say, you know, we put up a good fight and shit, and then, you know.
If it's too much for us to handle, let us remember the path up. I can use spell to block off anything chasing us if need be.
Okay, good. You know, I know bitch, but you know, sometimes you got to know when to hold them and when to fold them.
This is true. This is very scary. But I will let you lead the way, because obviously I am more better with ranged attacks.
Yeah,
Unless
just keep the path lit.
to go first.
No, it's cool. Just keep the path lit. And Desiree sticks her chest out and swings her hair back and just starts walking.
You try to do it stealthily, or
yeah, I guess so.
Okay, all right. I'm just kicking the door down, like, we're here, bitches.
Trying to walk more on her toes than her heels, you know.
All right, 21 stealth. I'll make one for good old Yaito. Where is your stealth, bro? Ooh. All right. So we're an 8 and a 21. So as you both make way down the spiraling staircase, it leads to another door. This one's a wooden door, and it's shut completely. And this might be a good thing for you.
Does it have a keyhole?
There is.
Can I see through it?
Make me a perception check, actually. 11. You try to peek through the keyhole, and it's fairly dark in this room, but there is some light. there seems to be a lit candle or torch of some kind off in the distance that flickers. You can hear it flickering. But as you peek through that hole, it's really hard to see the entire room, obviously. But off in the distance, it looks like it's a storage room, another storage room of sorts. But it might be connected somehow to the cellar of the winery that you were at with Alaric and Cassian a while back. You just don't know. Because you are on the same side of the manor that you were when you went to go check out the cellar with all the winery and such. But in the distance on the floor, you can't see it completely due to the height of the keyhole compared to where the floor is. But you see some movement. Someone or something seems to be on the ground, lunched or curled over, leaning over on their knees. You can't tell what they're doing. Their back is to you.
I whispered to Yaito.
There's somebody in the room.
What does it look? Are they hurt? Is it that?
No, they look kind of like a hostage, bro.
Perhaps we ask if they are okay.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
Should we? I don't know if we should just bust in there and try to be sneaky.
If it is hostage, it is safe, but not. Perhaps we should be sneaky. Maybe we creak door open, I prepare a spell while you attempt to sneak. If it is not friendly, I fire.
What spell?
I can use many spells. I can... Let me think.
Yeah, which one ain't super loud, bro?
I will not use any earth-related spells. Those are loud. I can use fire.
Yeah, just burn this bitch down. I'm with it. Okay.
It will be safe. It looks like this area is all stone around us, so it won't catch fire, hopefully.
All right. I'll deal with it. All right. So should I sleight of hand to open it or stealth still?
Yes, sleight of hand in that bitch. 17. You go to first see if it's even locked with the keyhole. It is not. With a sleight of hand of 17, you're able to gracefully grab onto the door's handle and slowly push it open without that person noticing you. And as you push that door open slowly, you can now see the full figure is hunched over on the floor. Just can't tell what's happening. It's fairly quiet, but it doesn't recognize you're there. And Yaito has one of the lights that he has created move very slowly with you to give you more lighting. And you do see it's a humanoid lurched over as if they were potentially crying, but they're not making any sounds. You don't know. All you can see is some subtle movements on the shoulders and back and the head.
And there's no one else in this room?
No one else that you can, that you can see.
Yeah, I want to walk around and look at this person from the front.
Make me a stealth. 14. Let me check something. Meanwhile, you got the other party members sweating for you. Jesus. Stressing me out. So, with a 14, as you walk around to get a better view of what's happening, the person that's hunched over on the floor is hugging or holding onto another individual. Now that you've walked around, you can actually see what's happening. And you spot the person that's sitting there hunched over with their arms wrapped around this individual. They are biting into the neck of another individual who's on the floor. And you quickly realize that individual that's being bit is one of the women you were with. And as you get close enough, the person that's biting into the neck of the woman slowly turns its gaze at you. And you see fangs with blood dripping. And it hisses violently at you as it notices that you were able to step into the room without it hearing you, and you just hear this as it prepares to lunge up at you.
All right, I'm gonna use my action to dash.
I just saw the text. That is, get out!
Yeah, I'm just gonna dash out
You're just gonna dash out? Okay.
up the stairs. I'm gonna grab Yato's hand too.
All right. So as you take your action to dash, he looks at you. What is it? Oh my goodness! He will dash as well. I will say that because you both have a surprise round, you were able to do it without him noticing. You both get an action before him, so I'll have Yaito take the dash action as well. And you both run up the spiraling staircase. What do you do at that point? As you can hear that creature below following at this point.
I want to burst back to where there's as many people as possible.
You're going to run back to the ballroom?
Yes, I want to start causing a scene so the civilians can exit. The ones they haven't secluded.
Okay. So as you're doing that, Yaito, he pushes the bookshelf. Well, let's have him do a strength. He's going to use an athletics. Oh God, no, he doesn't. He doesn't do it.
He
as well
dropped
as he
3
wants.
books, man.
Yep. He tries to push the bookshelf to knock it over to try and block some of the creature's way, but it doesn't work. You guys are too much in a hurry. He'll just shut the door on his way out, and he'll just follow you back to the ballroom. So that's what you're doing. You're running to the ballroom.
Yep.
All right. So as you run back to the ballroom, you
About how many people are left in here? I guess I'll roll a perception. Or I just want to see the landscape. I want to see who's left, if anything's changed,
it's
if any
about
other...
midway through the night, so there's still a decent amount of people here in the ballroom.
Yeah,
But as you rush back in, we'll stop here for now, and we'll go back to the other party.
No, because I'm about to make a scene up here. For real.
All right, let's head back to the others. So, Alaric, Thaddeus, and Isundra, as you're walking with our good old NPC Dorothy Cabal.
That's Twilight, not Isundra.
Oh, that's right, Twilight. I'm sorry. What were your fake names again? My bad.
Well, only was it Sundra given out a fake name? I'm not sure if
Leon.
Thaddeus.
Leon.
And I wasn't asked my name yet, so.
Okay.
I was Melidia.
And Twilight. I forgot about that. Thanks for bringing that up, bro. I'm happy you were able to roll decently on your stealth and sleight of hand checks, because that could have been bad. So 3 of you walking with 4 other NPCs and then the 2 hosts. You guys are walking down a long corridor, and both of the hosts seem to go silent at this moment as they're leading you down this corridor. And eventually you take a left and then another right, and you find yourselves much further away from the barroom than you anticipated. And they begin to take you upstairs. You go up to the 3rd floor of the manor, through another hallway where there are 2 servants walking around, and they both nod to the group of you as you walk through. And eventually you're taken to a wooden double door that Cassian and Callista open. And as they open the doors, they step through, and with their hand gestures, they invite you into what looks like a fairly luxurious room that is adorned with pristine wooden flooring, fancy rugs, and a long rectangular table that has wine glasses set across with beautiful chairs and well-decorated things all around the room. And there is what looks like a organ along one of the sides of the room, and a fireplace that's lit. I'm going to reveal this map. I want you to place your characters in the room. To the bottom left, you'll see a map with that looks like a dining room. Place your characters in there for me.
Damn, y'all good to go to dinner?
We're about to be dinner.
The organ is taking me out.
They're about to be dinner. All right, 1 second. So as you guys come through the main door, which is where Isundra is, Cassian and Callista walk around the tables onto separate sides, and Cassian looks over at you with his hand gestures. Welcome, please. Take a seat, find a spot, and relax. We will begin the Crimson Toast momentarily. And Dorothy Cabal looks around. Oh, don't mind if I do. This is a beautiful room, by the way. And she's going to walk to one of the chairs to sit down. I know it's not perfect on the map, but just place your character somewhere around the table.
And before Thaddeus sits down, he wants to get kind of some situation awareness. He's going to use Divine Sense.
Just some more
to
spells.
see. This one's not a spell.
So, with your Divine Sense, what exactly does that do for those that don't know?
Divine Sense, the presence of strong evil registers on your senses like noxious odor and powerful good, rings like heavenly music in your ears. As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces. Until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet that is not behind total cover. And you know the type celestial fiend or undead.
Okay.
I can tell if it's undead, but I don't know exactly if it's a vampire, for example.
Okay. So, you turn that on as soon as you step through this room?
Yes.
So, you being a paladin, you have access to a Divine Sense ability. And it's 60 feet out, as you step through the room, you are turning Divine Sense on. The two servants that you saw prior to entering the hallway, they come behind you to shut the doors behind you. And as soon as you turn Divine Sense on, you feel sick to your stomach. You, as the description of the ability says, you sense something as much of as a noxious odor. You feel sick, and you get the sense that there are undead in this room with you. And also, prior to them shutting the doors behind you, you get a sense of undead in the hallway as well. You immediately feel your gut retching, telling you that there is indeed undead nearby.
All right. I'm going to do a perception check, looking around the walls, see if there's any like statues or like in manors they have like suited armors with the sword shields, things like that. He's looking for
Nothing like that. No, you don't find any displayed armor or weaponry really in this dining room or what looks like a dining room. The most you see in here that could potentially be treated as a weapon is potentially the silverware, possibly on the tables. There is what looks like along one of the walls, though. There is what looks like an old spear that's being displayed across the wall with a name plaque on it.
Okay.
And that's to the far left, behind Callista, where I'm pinging.
Okay.
But nothing like suits of armor or weaponry really in here. But there are chandeliers up above with lights, and as Thaddeus is the last to step through, Cassian and Callista, they take their seats, and Callista sees Thaddeus has not sat down yet, and she looks at you and waves her hand. Please, Sir Leon, take a seat. Is there something that is the matter?
I was wondering if there was a Louvre any close by. I've seen to drink too much wine.
If you require to use the restroom, we do have one not too far off. But I would hope that you at least stay for the first few moments before heading there. We'd like to discuss a few things. Are you able to hold it?
I'll try my best. He kind of gives a smile. He's trying to not give off that he's really sick to his stomach right now.
Okay. Alaric and Isundra, I'll give you an opportunity to look at Thaddeus to see if you can tell if you are even wanting to see what he's doing. He seems to be a bit off compared to everyone else who's sat down already. I don't remember. Did Thaddeus tell the others that he for sure sensed evil?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Told us, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he told me and Yaito, I think.
I think when we briefly got back together for that few seconds before everyone split up again, he told everybody how many that was in the ballroom, everything, as he was scolding everybody for a little bit.
All right. One moment here.
That dad talk.
So, do you find a seat at the table?
Yes, he will sit as close to that left side as possible.
All right. So, as you sit down, everyone else seems to be sitting down as well, enjoying. Like I said, there doesn't seem to really be any food really on the table. It's just a bunch of plates and wine glasses that are spread out. But as you finally sit down, Cassian claps his hands. As I've mentioned, this event is private to only those that are chosen in the Scarlet Soiree. Consider yourselves all fortunate to be invited to this once-in-a-lifetime toast. First off, I want to congratulate every single one of you. You all have stood out in some way, shape, or form in comparison to all the rest of the guests here at the Scarlet Soiree. And this is an event I want you all to remember for the rest of your lives. So, what is a toast without our drinks? And he holds his hand up and snaps his fingers as you see the doors open back up, and one of the servants that you saw out in the hallway steps through with several bottles of wine that's being carted in on this wooden cart. And the servant heads to the right, and then the second servant comes through as well and begins to walk around with one of the glasses of wine in her hands, and she just goes to begin pouring into every glass in front of all of you. And as she's pouring this liquid, you see this pristine red wine just chug down or drip down into these glasses. Alaric, you have seen the winery that's in the manor, so your assumption is it's probably the winery wine that you're drinking, but you're just not sure. And as the servant gives you all the wine, Callista holds her hand up. And for our esteemed guests, are any of you peckish for anything else? Other than the wine, we can bring foods if you'd like, or we can get straight to the event. How are you all feeling, other than my dear friend Leon here, who seems to be unable to hold himself?
I think I'd also like to go to the restroom.
Oh,
Felicia said, what?
he didn't go, so why are you going?
No, I'm just saying, like,
went,
no, like when he does go, like, I think when I'm just saying, like, when that opportunity comes around, I would like to go to the restroom.
Brian's like, So, as Callista looks around, everyone seems to be fairly okay on food because throughout the entire event, everyone's been snacking and feeding on some of the food from the ballroom area. But as no one really speaks up about the food, Callista just nods her head and waves her hand as the two servants step back out of the room, shutting the door behind them. And Callista looks over at everyone and then back to Cassian as she nods her head. Cassian slowly stands up as he holds the glass of wine in his hand, and he holds it ever so gently with the wine glass cusp around his fingers. He takes it and moves it towards the center of the table where he's holding it as he stands. So, please join me as I've mentioned. The Scarlet Soiree is one of a kind. It allows many of those in the commoners district to enjoy a life of entertainment that most would never even be able to experience in their lifetimes. But for those here at the Crimson Toast, may us enjoy and revel in what we are about to experience and share with you. This is going to be something that you'll never forget, I promise you. For those around the table, tell me, what are your most strongest desires? What do you wish for? What do you wish to obtain in this life? Is it riches? Perhaps youth, seeking to look young for all of your life? Is it immortality? Is it to become a god? Fear not, for the discussions we have here, not even the gods can hear. Speak true. What is said here will remain within these walls. So tell us, what secrets and desires do you hold dear within your hearts? Do any of the three of you speak up?
Dias will keep quiet for a moment. He'll just look around and see what everyone else says.
I'm also just observing and looking in silence. I have no desire.
Sooner, do you say anything, or do you keep quiet?
Well, I know what I want to say.
And what is that?
I want my shit back.
They don't know that about Twilight.
I know. I don't want them to know.
Okay, you don't have to say it.
I want to see what Dorothy says.
You want to see what Dorothy
Right.
says? All right.
That bitch thirsty.
Oh, goodness. So as you three stay silent for the most part, you look around at the other four that are with you, and they're looking around. Some of them seem a bit nervous of what to say. They don't know if they truthfully want to speak out of their truest secret desires, because it is an odd conversation to have with strangers. But they are also aware that the hosts of this Ashenbrook Manor are indeed wealthy. So to them, this might be an opportunity to obtain some of these darkest secrets that they have hidden within their hearts. But as you look around, you're looking at Dorothy. Dorothy Cabal looks around as no one else is speaking, and she slowly sits up with her a glass of wine. If no one else is speaking, I'd like to speak first, and perhaps that I will encourage everyone around the table to also speak up. But if we're talking about some of our desires, I've always wished to attend something such as the Crimson, or not the Crimson, but the Scarlet Soiree, and I finally was able to make it thanks to the two of you for hosting such a wonderful event. But something I have always wanted in my life. Yes, it might sound very common, but I wish for infinite wealth. I wish to be standing amongst the nobles in the nobles district. I want to experience what life is like without having to work my ass off every day, every night. I want to know what it's like to have my bed sheets cleaned every day and waking up to servants feeding me and giving me drinks without me having to worry about what I'm going to eat the next day. And Cassian, he just raises his glass. Ah, yes, of course. It's not an uncommon desire. So many people have that request. And unfortunately for many of the commoners, it's much harder of a lifestyle to obtain. But I understand this desire, and it's totally understandable. And thank you for sharing that with us. Your name again was Dorothy Cabal. Good, sir. Cassian just, well, for Dorothy Cabal, let us raise our toasts and have a drink in celebration. And I think that is something that my dear sister and I will be able to grant you, Dorothy. As he smiles, he takes a sip of his wine, and the others do as well. Do either three of you do the same?
No, I'm sus on it.
You sus on it.
I pretend to take a sip.
You pretend to take a sip?
Yeah.
What do the other two do?
Leon's going to stand up. He's not going to take a drink yet, but he's going to
Can I
stand
do a
up.
medicine check?
Yeah, you could.
Just to see if I can detect if it's truly wine or if there's anything else within it.
Make me a medicine. And while he's doing this, what is Thaddeus doing?
Thank you for your inspiring words, Dorothy. I would like to say some words myself as someone that was born of privilege. I do have desires of making things, the party last longer. I haven't been to a soiree of any parties for a while in my youth. And after being here tonight, I realized what I was missing, and I no longer wish to miss out any longer. He's speaking in half truths as he says this. So he's trying to lie a little bit.
Okay. Real quick, Alaric, with your 17 medicine as Thaddeus is standing and talking, 17's really good on your medicine. As you go to take the glass up to your mouth, you sniff it and you're looking at it. The wine looks thicker than usual. And as you sniff it and smell it, it smells less sweet like you were expecting, but a bit more irony.
Yeah, so I will.
Brian's
So
like, oh
perhaps I
god.
should abstain from this. As much as I would like to indulge, I am afraid this wine is a bit heavier than I would like it to be.
So you say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So Isundra, as you're seeing the others drink, you see the expressions on their faces seems to contort like, oh, they weren't expecting the taste of the wine, and some of them seem a bit off. Now, Dorothy Cabal, she looks like she's shocked by the taste of it, but as she swallows, she looks over and she looks a bit concerned about the taste. And Cassian looks over at Alaric as Callista does as well, as also as Thaddeus, since he's standing and talking. But I'm sorry, before they respond to Alaric, Thaddeus is mid-speech. So I'm sorry. So what exactly are you attempting to do, Thaddeus, here?
He was trying to lie a little bit. He was giving like half truths
About
what his desires and everything. I mean, he wishes he was younger, like anyone would at his age. But like I said, he's trying to stall time a little bit, and as much as he doesn't want to, like kind of wants to keep up the ruse a little bit, he will take a slight sip.
Okay. As you take the slight sip, you taste a bit of sweetness mixed with a very pungent, strong irony taste. It could be wine, but it's much thicker than wine. And you, my friend, have, with your character's background, definitely know what the different flavors of red wine taste like.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them taste like this. And as you do that, your divine sense goes off even more, and you just feel sick as soon as the liquid enters your mouth. And as you're doing that, Cassian looks at Alaric. Is there something wrong with our wine? Forgive me. What was your name again?
Oh, I do apologize. I don't think I ever exchanged my name with you. It is actually Sylvaris.
Silvarus, is there something wrong with the wine? You do know it's fairly rude to deny your host's graciousness such as this. You were invited and accepted to come to the Crimson Toast.
Oh, yes, it's just I am afraid that this would I have a very light stomach and that would cause me to be very sick. I would hate to cause the party to end early for me, causing any type of distractions and interruptions from me drinking the wine. I unfortunately I do have a diagnosis where I can't really drink too much on at night. And with this type of wine, with how rich it would be, I wish I had it earlier this evening before I was drinking. But unfortunately, me to have any more at this particular time of night of how much I was doing, I would be afraid that be ill at this point.
As you're talking, Cassian slowly stands up. He walks around. You seem to be a bit nervous, it sounds like, at least with the way you're talking. Cassian has raised an eyebrow at you. I rolled a pretty good insight check for him. He comes around as you're talking, and he goes, what was your name? Out of character. You said Silvaris?
Sylvaris, yes.
Okay. He comes around, he places both of his hands onto Alaric's shoulders. Ah, Silvaris. You seem to be a bit nervous or afraid of drinking what we have given you. I promise, it won't make you sick. This wine is well crafted by the brightest here in New Tempest. It will actually make you feel much better. It is a medicine of sorts. I promise. It won't harm you in any way, shape, or form. He leans down and whispers into your ear. You wouldn't want to offend my sister, would you? She is the one that made this wine for tonight. And he slowly pulls away from your ear after whispering that, and Callista looks at Thaddeus. My dear friend, you seem to be having a much difficult time stomaching yourself. Did you eat something odd before coming? Are you allergic to anything?
Perhaps maybe at my age, I no longer know my limits. They're what they weren't used to. Oh,
Well,
uh,
it seems you are about to make a mess, and I would hate for you to spoil this event for everyone else. She stands up and walks towards the door to open it as the two servants look in. She nods her head at them as they begin to walk away, and she turns her head to Thaddeus. Come, I shall take you to the restroom so you can do what you need to do before you spoil the event for everyone else. Come with me.
Alaric don't get to go?
That's if he mentions wanting to go. He hasn't really said that out loud yet, I don't think. Because that was all.
I would also like to use the restroom. I'm afraid that I am starting to get I just need to go refresh myself up for a minute here.
You guys are gonna leave me alone in this fucking
Police just
like
You
so
better
we're
get
gonna
a
split
hall
up again.
pass.
We can't all go.
You're right. You know what? I won't say that aloud. So
Oh my God.
I'll just go ahead and stay and deal with the pressure. So no,
oh, go ahead. I'm
Thaddeus will
sorry.
go on his own because I don't know what's going to happen to him anyway. Because that's a whole nother story.
So fuck him, basically.
Wow.
That's what it sounded like. I don't know what's gonna happen to him.
Y'all are on some deep shit. David's fighting some crazy shit. Y'all on some deep shit.
Um.
All right. So Callista walks towards you, Thaddeus, and takes your hand, gestures you out the room. Follow
Before-
me, Sir Leon.
Okay. Before he leaves, he's going to pretend to stumble into a Sundra, and he's going to try to slip that scribing stone
Make me a sleight of hand.
Oh,
That's really good. That's actually
Nice.
good. You'll have a +2 to that. So as you trip on purpose and bump into Asundra, you're able to slightly pass your scrying stone, because you still have that on you, to Isundra's hands. Isundra, what do you do with it? As he...
Apologies, miss. Seems I cannot handle my wine.
I guess I slip it into my pocket.
Okay.
I guess I have pockets.
You can hide it under the tables, like tablecloth too, where you're sitting.
Yeah, like in my hands.
Mm-hmm. So as you bump into Isundra, Kalista looks at you. My dear Leon, you are drunk. Come, before you messy my floor up. And she is going to take you away as the servants shut the door behind the two of you. And we're going to put you both off screen for a moment.
Oh, no.
And
He
Cassian...
already suspects you, too.
Yeah. As Cassian watches Kalista take Thaddeus away, the doors are shut back up. And he looks at the rest of them, NPCs. Forgive me. This was not the start I wanted with the Crimson Toast, but it seems one of our guests is feeling fairly sick. But on with our deepest desires. As he's still standing, he's looking down at Alaric, at you. He's a bit suspicious of you, but he goes back to his seat and he sits down. Now, would any of you others like to speak about what your desires are? Anyone? He looks over around the table as everyone seems to be looking at each other. And Dorothy's already spoken up, so she's not going to say. Thaddeus already spoke up. Obviously, he's not here. And Cassian looks over at Alaric and Asundra. Either of you have any desires that potentially my sister and I can bring to fruition?
I'm sorry, my desires are with the church.
Oh, damn.
Oh, no!
Oh,
You brought religion into it.
right, vibe killing.
So my desires are with the church.
That's an Eddie R answer.
Cassian looks at Alaric and he just smiles as he raises his glass up and sips again. Your desires are with the church. What are you, a follower of the Octatic Divine? Heptatic Evils? Is there a specific god you follow? Tell me, what desires for the church can one have?
He doesn't.
If I disrespected you by bringing that up, I do apologize. Perhaps I should abstain from saying anything more.
No, I do not feel disrespected at all. I just don't hear someone mention the church with their deepest desires very often. I'd like to know what the church gives that makes you desire them so deeply. Please, do tell. Which god or goddess do you follow? Or do you follow the whole pantheon?
I'd rather not speak on my religion any further.
Alaric is sweating!
He pleading the fifth.
He brought it up and now he's trying to get out of
Right,
it.
just refusing to answer the question.
So you do not wish to speak of your truest desires, then, other than it's part of the church? I was expecting to hear something such as, perhaps, infinite knowledge of the gods, or maybe unparalleled power the gods hold, if they hold such power. Well, he looks over at Twilight. Miss Twilight, what about you? You have been fairly silent throughout this event. I'd like to know more about you.
Actually, I yearn for power.
Now that is something many yearn for. What kind of power do you seek?
Power to revenge the death of my parents.
The power to avenge the death of your parents. That is quite the desire. You know, there are many that I have known and come across that had similar desires to you. The death of your parents. You have my forgiveness and my condolences for their passings, and the power to avenge them. What kind of power do you think you would require to do such a thing? I know everyone else here probably has a tragedy in their lives. As he's looking around the table, one of the men that's sitting across from Alaric, he nods his head. Yes, yes. My brother was killed in combat against a band of goblins. I would want to avenge him too. Band of goblins to avenge your brother. So sheer strength, perhaps magic, to burn the goblins alive for what they did to your brother. That kind of power, Miss Twilight. What kind of power do you think you need
Do
to
I
avenge?
know the name of what killed my parents?
Yeah,
Because we ran into...
the Spirylith. You know the Spirylith killed them.
Okay. I didn't know if I knew the name or not.
Yeah, you know.
Power to defeat the Spirylith.
He raises an eyebrow. Now that is a creature that is most dangerous, even to those such as my sister and I. We nobles, and we tread carefully when we speak about the Spirylith. Those are creatures that are willing to consume all of us, to consume all of Tirister. I see the kind of power you seek is something that a god may need to give you. And as you guys are just talking, Thaddeus, you're taken down the corridor with Callista watching you, and she leads you to a wooden door down the corridor. And give me one moment as I move your character onto another map.
Oh boy.
You knew he was going to go to the bathroom?
No, but I have another map in case you guys split up like this.
My God, we
man.
split up and split up again.
I mean, you guys did it once. I assume you do it again. Now it's
that wasn't my intentions.
Now, I mean, I didn't know you were going to go to the bathroom per se, but just pretend the map I'm putting you in.
This looks like a backyard gambling area.
It's just an extra map I had. So she takes you to a wooden door and gestures for you to go through. And I'm just going to keep her out for now. Just pretend this is a bathroom. I don't know. It's a big map. I'll shrink it. One second. Fine. We'll shrink it. How about that? There. So as you step through the door, she looks at you and she stares into your eyes. Please don't spoil the floors of my pristine bathroom now. Sir Leon, there's something about you that I feel is a bit off. Are you really sick, or are you trying to deceive me?
How would I deceive you?
Grow up. Show her you're serious. Puke right on her shoes.
Maybe I wanted you alone.
Oh.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because I was thinking the exact same thing. You know, being someone such as you, coming to the Scarlet Soiree, and doing something as stupid as you did in the ballroom, I don't know whether to pity you or to praise you for your courage. And she just looks at you with her red eyes, and she smiles. But I want to thank you, because I don't think I've had this much fun in quite some time. The spell you casted, it sickens me. Your sight sickens me. You are a holy man, aren't you?
Perhaps, but perhaps being holy no longer suits me. Maybe that's why I cast my spell.
Tell me, did you come to the ball alone? or do you have friends with you? And don't lie.
I'm a noble. Why would I have friends here in
Ugh.
this disgusting lower filth? Maybe I heard a rumor. Maybe you're able to give me my desires of everlasting life.
Well, fortunately for you, there's no other option, because I'm not going to allow you to leave. You may indeed obtain everlasting life. Now, you have two choices. You willingly accept the gift I'm about to give, or you can find yourself deep beneath the manor with many others. What is your decision? And she smiles at you as you see her fangs begin to grow.
Lord.
Well,
I said, Lord mercy.
I have a decision, but I really must use the Louvre.
If that is the case, then please step in. But you won't be doing it alone. I won't allow you to attempt any other spells. She opens the door and gestures her hand into the room.
Drop a big funky ass dookie.
Do you step in?
I'd rather be alone, but I'll tell you this. If you sense any more spells from me, I'll let you kill me. I'll let you kill me myself. Or yourself.
No, can't say I'll take that. Now get in there.
Alright, he goes in.
She's gonna step in as well. And when you step in to this room, it's not a bathroom. It seems to be a back room that has some supplies, and it's fairly dusty. And she shuts the door behind her. Actually, I'll put you here. She's here. The door is the top right.
Okay.
She shuts the door behind her, and she smiles with her fangs out. And as you turn around, we'll go back to Damien. Damien, as you rush back into the barroom, you throw the door open because you shut that door in the hallway.
Yep, breathing
And
heavy.
You had a 25 on your perception. You see plenty of people are still around, talking, having a good time. You don't necessarily see anyone from your party or the hosts around. Yaito follows you. What do you do when you burst into the ballroom?
Yeah, I'm looking for my people, and I don't see any of them. Wait, I knew some of them went to the toast. But did I know all of them went?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
As far as the party, yeah, you know Alaric, Thaddeus, and Yusundra are all at the toast.
I'm gonna go to one of these doors they shut and see if I could just open one.
What door are you going to?
Any of them. This one, I guess, the big one. Can I get through here? Can I just walk by and hope no one stops me?
So you did open the door and run through.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, you came through the door behind Yaito here on the first floor.
That.
As you burst through the room and you go to another door to try and investigate, one of the servants comes walking towards you. Ma'am, excuse me, but you must stay within the confinement of the ballroom. You shouldn't be walking around the hallways of the manor.
Yeah, I got lost trying to go to the bathroom. Listen, I'm claustrophobic. I need to get out of here. I need to leave.
You need to leave?
Yes.
What is wrong? Are you feeling sick?
I just said I was claustrophobic. I need to leave. I got kids. I'm done.
Make me well, I guess it would be a deception. Either a deception or a persuasion. Oh, God. You roll 2 1s.
Weak.
But that's 7s. The Servant looks at you.
Damn.
Unfortunately, we won't be allowing anyone to leave our event just yet. So
What?
please sit back and enjoy yourself. If you require a restroom, please follow me.
This is a lock-in? Oh, hell. Everybody. I run up to the nearest person. They're eating people downstairs. We gotta go. We gotta rise up. We're locked in. I'm looking for somebody to react. I run to another person. Do you hear what I said? Get out of here while you still can.
One of the servants, forgive us. This one's mad. I don't know what is going on with her. You, my dear, follow me.
What are you gonna do? Make me leave?
You're coming with us.
Why should I?
So as you are talking with the servant, some of the people you ran up to, they look at you like you're crazy. Because they know the Scarlet Soiree is something that's been taking place for a couple months, and they've never heard of anything like that happening. So a lot of them are drunk, having a good time. They seem to not really pay much attention to you. But as you're doing that, two of the guards that were at the top of the stairs begin to walk down towards you. Yaito looks over at you. Desiree, this is not good. You see two guards coming towards you. What do you do?
I'm going to walk up to one of the guards. I'm going to meet him halfway, so to speak. I'm going to clear my throat. About time! I need to access my handbag and some other personal items I need to leave, and these scoundrels won't let me leave the premises.
The two guards look at you. Come with us, ma'am.
Unhand me, I'll do no such thing. She's like resisting.
If you do not come with us, we will have to use brute force. You don't want that. You're causing a scene. You're ruining the event for everyone.
I'm ruining the event? They're killing the
There is no killing taking place here at the event. You're drunk. You've seen things in your dreams. Nothing like that is happening. Come with us, and they're gonna.
I want to go to the Scarlet Toast or Crimson Toast, whatever it is. I want to go.
You were not invited. One of them is gonna try and grab you, and
I kind of want to see where they take me, but at the same time, because I ain't gonna fight them all. I'm gonna let them take me.
All right.
I got a better chance if I'm fighting them if it's just them.
All right.
So Yaito. Yeah, I want Yaito to get arrested as well. We have to stick together.
Well, Yaito's looking
So I kind of
like...
give Yaito a look, almost. Hopefully he can figure this out, what I'm doing. Give him a look like, start some shit.
Yaito's looking around, and he goes up, and doesn't know what to do, but he's going to go up to one of the guards, and he's just going to punch one of them.
Damn. Okay.
And you see Yaito punches one of the guards. The guard looks at him. You dare? You coming with us too?
Yaito's going too crazy.
Yaito goes,
right, he went rogue.
Yaito goes, I'm a bit tipsy. Forgive me. And he just...
unhand my wrist. Friend!
You both are going to get dragged away.
No! Melidia's being very dramatic. I'm a regular! No!
So you guys get dragged away to another hallway that's out of the ballroom with the two guards. So I'll just put you here. Let's do this. As the two guards take you away, you go down another corridor, and you see the servant shut the door behind you as the guards take you away. I'll put you on the map next to Thaddeus for now. But as you two are being dragged away, you're taken to a room. And as the guards open the room, let me reveal this map. Dude, this is
not what I was envisioning right now.
So, you guys have seen this map before, but just pretend it's not exactly the same. But I'm just reusing old maps.
Wait, I'm trying to find... Oh, I see.
The two guards throw you into a room. And in this room, there's blood on the map, but pretend there's no blood. It's just another room that looks like it does have some cages, though, and whatnot. And as they throw you into this room, the two step in, shutting the door behind them, and they glare at you. we're going to have to put an end to your absurdity. Now, unfortunately for you, you've caused a scene which we cannot allow. So, you, my friends, are going to have to die. And the two guards that took you there, they smile bearing fangs.
Mm-mm.
And now we go back to the Crimson Toast with Alaric and Asundra. Cassian, sitting in his chair, he smiles and takes another sip of his wine. So, it seems that our dear friend Leon is having an awful time, but that's all right. Callista's taking care of him. You still have me. So, with our desires, I'd like to announce that I may not be able to give you every single one of these desires, but I'm able to get you close to these desires and perhaps even give you some of the desires that you may not know that you've always wanted. And he claps his hands as the doors open, and those two servants that were in the hallway step in. And I'm going to... Let's do this. The two servants step through the doors and shut the doors behind them as they stand along the door. And Cassian steps up and he goes around the table with his wine. And he comes around to Dorothy Cabal as he takes another sip and places his glass down onto the table next to her glass, placing his hands onto her shoulders. And he smiles. Dorothy Cabal was the first to admit her desires. So I think it's only fair, Miss Cabal, that I start this event with giving you what you desire. Riches, and perhaps infinite youth. How does that sound? Are you familiar with magics and things such as miracles, Miss Cabal? Miss Cabal, at this point, she's feeling a bit sick. Asundra and Alaric, if you want to make me some medicine checks, you can kind of look at what's going on with her expression at this point. Asundra with an 18. So Asundra, as you are staring at Cabal's face, and Alaric with a 16, you both can sense that something's off about her. She coughs a bit of that wine that she was drinking. I'm not feeling too good right now, Miss Cassian Fairway. And Cassian's just smiling, still holding onto her shoulders. My dear, that's just because we're beginning tonight's miracle. And he leans over with a smile, and he looks at the rest of you. Allow the Crimson Toast to begin. And he bites into Cabal's neck with his fangs bearing outward at you two.
Not DK.
The other two next to Cabal, they glare at what's going on and they stumble in their seats. They're not feeling good either. What's going on is anyone that drank the wine is considered poisoned.
Oh, Thaddeus is gonna be fucked up.
Actually, Thaddeus cannot be poisoned.
Oh.
So, the two that are next to Cabal stumbled in their chairs. They're feeling sick. They're seeing what's going on. They're freaking out as the servants behind Asundra at the doors. The one other NPC that's next to Asundra sitting down, she's beginning to cough up some of the wine as she stumbles out of her chair. She's freaking out, and she begins to run towards or stumble towards the door as the servants step into her way, pushing her back, smiling as she stumbles onto the ground. Sundra and Alaric, what are the two of you doing?
Shit, because there's guards out front, too.
I'm a man of action. I'm about to try and do something, but
All right, so again, he is obviously a vampire. He is eating Cabal in front of you guys as blood is now dripping from his mouth and her neck as he's holding down onto her. He does not anticipate anyone leaving this room, especially now that he has two servants at the doors blocking your way. He is just going to enjoy himself as he is now drinking on Cabal's blood. He glares around the room, and he does know that you and Asundra did not drink. Well, he doesn't know Asundra didn't drink, but Asundra's not showing any signs of sickness. She faked drinking the wine. But he's looking at the two of you because the two of you have yet to show that you've become sick from the wine as he is sucking up Cabal's blood. So I'm assuming at this point, all three of you at some level are going to be taking actions. So with you all being split up, let me pull up the turn order because it sounds like we're going to be doing things here simultaneously. So everyone, go ahead and make me your initiatives, please. And that's where we'll end this episode of Taverns and Caverns. Thank you, everyone, for listening to another exciting episode of Taverns and Caverns. This is your Dungeon Master, Haphazard DM. You can find me on Twitter at HaphazardDM.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's Bri. I play Damien/Desiree, and you can find me on Twitter at Blaze_NBK.
Hi, I'm Felicia, and I play Sundra. You can find me anywhere on the internet at Dagger Tribal.
Hi, I'm Rod or Rodimus, playing Thaddeus. You can find me on Blue Sky at Rodimus83 or Twitter or X at Rodimus7901.
Hey, my name is Kendall, and I play Alaric Silverwind, and you can find me on Twitter at Air-Clubkin.
All right, thank you guys. Those are our players for Taverns and Caverns Season 3. And again, don't forget to check out the Taverns and Caverns Patreon. On our Patreon, you'll find exclusive monthly episodes that are strictly exclusive to our Patreon, as well as some additional content that you won't want to miss. So thanks again, everyone. Until next time on Taverns and Caverns.